Hi, how you going? I'm an Israeli living in Australia, but I don't sound very Australian. When I'm out and about meeting people, they always ask me, where are you from? I wanted to see, if I gave it a month, could I learn the Aussie accent well enough to fool some Australians? You want to see how I went? Keep watching. I started off by learning all the sounds of the Aussie accent. I recorded myself here talking about the Aussie R. For example, in a lot of words, it completely disappears. It's not pronounced at all. Like in flower, survive, power, chair, fear. On the other hand, sometimes it just appears out of nowhere. Instead of saying Lisa is smart, they would say Lisa is smart. Where's the R there? Lisa is smart. I don't know. Crazy accent. Next up, I reached out to Jim Johnson, the owner of accenthelp.com, a website that helps actors learn accents for roles. Jim is an absolute legend when it comes to accents. Just listen to this.
When you get to more like that classic sort of Brooklyn, New York stereotype of the Bronx, that sort of thing. So that Northern Irish accent is a lot like a Scottish accent. So the Welsh, and I love the sort of Welsh lightness and the bounce.
Jim was so talented with accents, he basically gave me a 5-minute tour of the world by accents. And I think that's what made me concerned when he had this to say about the Aussie accent.
That was one of my nightmare accents for a long time.
Interesting. It is complicated.
Yeah. It is, yeah.
But a few days later, I got a sign that I'm heading in the right direction. So I think today I had a breakthrough. I recorded myself saying the sentence, "Pardon, where's my car keys, please?" Which I will admit is a pretty broad, country, ridiculous Aussie accent, but an Aussie accent nonetheless, and I thought I nailed it. I sent it to some of my Aussie friends to hear what they had to say and if they thought I nailed it, and responses were pretty good. It ranged from not bad, LMAO, you're getting it, oh my god, that's amazing, my two favorite ones, fuck me, you sound frighteningly like my old man here, and even better, a friend of mine let their parents listen to the recording and asked them, where is this person from? And they said Australia, which to me means I'm on the right track to fooling someone in actual conversation. Boom! Next step, I decided to reach out to some Aussie accent specialists to really help me refine my accent. Candice Mole is an Australian actress and voice talent. She has a few great videos on her YouTube channel explaining the Aussie accent in depth. I read a paragraph that I was practicing to her, and she helped me improve some very subtle, tricky aspects of the accent. When the sunlight strikes raindrops in the air, they act as a prism and form a rainbow. The rainbow is a division of white light into many beautiful colors. That's it.
Dude, that's pretty good.
Hey!
Yeah. So instead of the full, beautiful, just
yeah.
go from the F straight to the L.
Beautiful.
Like
Beautiful. Beautiful.
That's beautiful.
Right. Beautiful. Oh yeah, right. I also chatted with Pete Smithson from the Aussie English podcast, who taught me some cool new sounds I did not know existed in Aussie English.
You'll see my mouth. So little is when I'm using the tongue up the top there to say little. That's the light L. But then I'll say little, and it's this tiny little ooh sound.
Little.
So it's just the lips closing in a little bit like a little W sound.
Got it. So, oh wow. So it'll be like, well.
Yeah, well, I don't say the L at all. My tongue stays flat, and I'm just saying, well. It's the lips doing that sound.
So what was the rest of my month like? In 2 words, obsessive practice. I repeated everything that I heard in Australian English, which is a lot because I'm living in Australia, and I even found myself repeating the computerized Google Maps navigation voice, because over here, of course, it has an Aussie accent.
In 400 metres at the roundabout, take the first exit onto Canbrook Road.
400 meters at the roundabout, take the first exit onto Canberra Road. So at this point, my Australian accent is good enough to mimic people, but I can't really think on the fly and produce spontaneous Australian English conversation. So I'm gonna have to come up with some kind of script that I would use every time that I talk to an Australian. Maybe it would be some kind of YouTube street interview. Every time I would be saying pretty much exactly the same thing. Time to figure it out. To develop my script and get some final feedback on my Aussie accent, I decided to contact one of my accent heroes, Amy Walker. Amy might be an American, but she sounds so Australian it's unbelievable. Just listen to this.
This vowel is usually the hardest, although they're all really interesting and fun.
Amy slips in and out of accents so easily and effortlessly, I just had to ask her, does she ever use her accents out in the real world?
Sure. If you're going to go clothing shopping in the US and you're British, you're just going to get fantastic service. Thank you. That'd be lovely. What about this sort of thing? Oh, wonderful. You know, I mean, you're just like, they're like, hi.
We developed a script for approaching Aussies in the street, but beyond just pronunciation feedback, Amy opened my ears to the melody of the Aussie accent. Pardon me? Hi. How you going?
Hi, how you going? Hi, how you going? It's one.
Hi, how you going? Wait, what?
Hi, how you going?
Hi, how you going?
Good.
I'm asking people 3 questions about Melbourne for my YouTube channel. Do you have...
For my YouTube channel.
Now all I had left to do was practice the hell out of my 30-second script and hope I get the answer I want to this question.
Where would you say I'm from? Where would you say I'm from?
I wasn't expecting for a second that Australians will give me an easy pass.
You're totally going to get people who are like, nah, no one can sound like us.
Nah.
There's no way.
Australians are very upset about like actors that don't nail their accents, right?
Yeah, Australians are very unforgiving.
Yeah, okay, I'm going into the lines then. I guess as long as I speak better Aussie English than Zac Efron, I'm okay.
I know everyone's probably talking about this Australian accent you did in the film, right?
It's not very good.
I was quite offended. I didn't think it was, I was like, you just taking the piss out of my country. Well, like, I was thinking maybe like a formal apology. Look at me and just say, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry. Honestly, I'm bloody sorry. That's terrible.
Do they say
bloody? Terrible accent.
Do they say bloody?
Anyway, after a bunch more practice, it was time to try and trick some Australians. On my way to Melbourne city centre, I practiced my script with my Uber driver, Nas. Here it goes. Oh, how's it going? I'm Matty, and I'm asking people 3 questions about Melbourne for my YouTube channel. Do you have a minute?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, cool. Did you grow up in Melbourne, or how long have you lived here for?
And I was born here.
Born here? Cool.
Yeah.
What's your favourite thing about Melbourne?
The people and the food, definitely.
Nice one.
Yeah.
How do you like the weather?
Weather's not the best. It's up and down. Accent's pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, man, it's pretty good.
Can I get that on tape?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah.
Very good. When Nas dropped me off in the city centre, it was time to start approaching people and try my script. Everything was going according to plan until I asked them where they thought it was from. Where would you say I'm from?
I wouldn't hazard a guess. Maybe like Europe? Yeah.
You'll have an accent.
German or Scandinavian or no?
You're American.
I'm not sure. You've got a bit of European kind of accent.
You got an accent? We're in Europe. Germany.
These were definitely not the results I was after. I was almost going to make a video about how I tried to learn the Aussie accent and failed. But then when I looked back on my videos, I realized 2 things. 1, I wasn't dressed very Australian, in between my leather jacket, my Kangol cap, and my shark tooth necklace. 2, because I was nervous, it made me talk too fast, which made me drop my Australian accent and go back to my regular accent. What would you tell people is the best thing about Melbourne? These issues were fixable, so I decided to give it another go. And so, on day 30 of my challenge, dressed differently and consciously speaking a lot slower, I decided to go back into Melbourne and try out my Aussie accent again. This time, when I asked people where I was from, responses were a lot better.
Adelaide? Sydney?
I'm actually like an Israeli. This is my real accent.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, this is my real accent.
Okay.
And I've been practicing my Aussie accent for a month.
Okay. Oh.
Trying to convince people that maybe I'm an Australian.
Where are you from?
I'm an Israeli.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh.
From your accent. Sure, you need to talk a little bit more, but maybe Adelaide.
How Aussie do I sound? 1 to 10.
How, yeah, pretty Aussie, yeah. Only when you ask, I can detect a tiny accent of something.
I'd say Melbourne as well.
Yeah. How Aussie do I sound? 1 to 10.
8 out of 10. I actually thought you were Australian. It's amazing. Until you mentioned it, so your accent's very good. You know?
Hey, you're a legend. Thank you so much. I was a lot happy with these results. So, how did my Aussie accent challenge go? Pretty well. I managed to fool 50% of people in between my 2 attempts. You can see that learning an accent isn't that easy and that Australians are not very forgiving, so the result is a pretty legit result. If you enjoyed this video, guys, please subscribe to my future videos. There will be interesting, challenging, educational, and let me know in the comments. How did you think I went? Did you like my Aussie accent? Could you have done any better? Until next time, guys, thanks for watching this video, and from Melbourne, I bid you with cheers and bye.